Welcome to the Field of 68 After Dark's YouTube channel. We are going to be live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here on YouTube and on Stadium for the entirety of the spring. Biggest losers in the Big 12. I'm going to start. I'm going to go ahead and say it is the two of the teams that are coming in from the Pac-12. And the two ones that had previously been in, Colorado had been previously in the Big 12, Utah had not, but it is the two mountain teams I think are the biggest losers here. Colorado loses KJ Simpson, Tristan Da Silva, and Cody Williams, three potential first-round picks, as well as Eddie Lampkin and Javon Hadley. They basically lost everybody, and what did they replace him with? A guy from Washington State, a D2 transfer, and an NAIA transfer. And then Utah, I mean, look, they have a lot heading out the door, Braden Carlson and David Smith specifically. But I think that both of those teams left a situation where they could theoretically compete for a conference championship and walked into a situation where they're going to get pounded over and over and over again in one of the toughest leagues in college basketball.
Yeah, no, I would agree. The other one that, again, I hate to question Grant McCaslin here, but I look at his roster, and they just missed on Great Osobor. They were among the final three for him. I just wonder if they're going to have the same shot this year without Pop Isaacs and now missing on a big-time like, they got a good roster. I'm not saying they don't, and I think Grant's a hell of a coach, so maybe he can maximize this roster. But, you look at it, Elijah Hawkins, they get him a transfer from Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, they lost a ton of games there. He put up numbers. He was a great, point guard who made people better. Chance McMillan's back. They had Kevin Overton from Drake. Darian Williams back. They had Federico, which I could say that name over and over, from Pittsburgh. I just don't,
say that name over and over just to say his name.
Yeah, I love Federico. I don't know. I'm not buying this roster as a high-end Big 12 roster. Like this, again, I'm not saying they're going to finish in the top 5 or 6 because we just rolled off 5 or 6 teams that are the elite of the elite. But I don't know. I look at this roster, I'm not blown away by it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I underappreciated the value that Pop Isaacs brought in terms of being kind of a leader and a winner with that program. Like there was a level of,
I tried to tell you.
You were right. That was the one thing that you finally got something right when you're talking about a team in the preseason. I'm not someone that is going to sit here and doubt Grant McCaslin because he's just won at every single level that he's ever been at. But I mean, look, they have a lot of good role pieces on that roster. I don't know where the star is going to come from. And that's not an easy thing to replace. Along those same lines, like, can we just walk through what TCU lost last season? Manuel Miller's gone. Jameer Nelson Jr. is gone. Mike Peavy's gone. Jacoby Coles is gone. Trevian Tennyson's gone. Avery Anderson is gone. Chuck O'Bannon's gone. Xavier Cork is gone. That's basically their entire team. The only guy that they bring back is the kid that transferred from Kansas, Ernest Uday. And while I like Frankie Collins, and while I think Trezarian White is a guy that was really impressive in some of the big wins that UNC Wilmington got this past season, specifically at Kentucky. Noah Reynolds at Green Bay is going to be pretty good. They have some good players on that roster. With everything that they lost, like it feels like we're kind of entering a new iteration of what TCU is going to be, right? Like they kind of have to rebuild this thing again, and it's going to take Jaden Dixon a couple of years to kind of get back to the point where TCU is. We're talking about them as a tournament team.
I think BYU, it could be similar in some ways, right? New coach, Kevin Young, coming over from the NBA. They retained a couple good pieces and added some guys to the portal, but I think they're one piece away, one big piece away at this point. And I don't know, not many guys on the table. Chaz Lanier, they're in the mix with. Jackson Robinson, we'll see if he pulls out of the NBA draft, and they have a chance of getting him back. But, listen, I think we can both agree the job Mark Pope did last year based on his personnel was really, really impressive. And I think they could take a significant step back this year if they don't add one more key piece.
Well, yeah, I mean, they lost one of the best coaches or one of the better coaches in that league, which is and I think that Kevin Young is going to be able to do a good job there, but it's not going to be immediate when you're turning things over that quickly. Thanks for watching the Field of 68 After Dark. Make sure to hit that like button.